Hello everyone, and thank you so much for joining me for this real estate market update, which is going to be very interesting. Not only because it's going to be a review of 2024 and give you some insights of 2025, however, because as you know, the market probably is going to go crazy, and the prediction, or kind of actually I should say speculation, will be not only crazy, but it's going to be frequent because the market is changing in non-traditional way. So let's see what's going to happen. But before that, actually, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please go ahead, subscribe and click the bell button so you get every video that we uploaded in the system in our channel. Before continuing with this presentation, I apologize for delay for this real estate market update. I supposed to do it I thought maybe early February, but the numbers for luxury real estate market came out late February. About, when was that? 2 weeks ago, I think. Somebody hit my car pretty hard from the back, and that caused me a lot of headaches, a lot of confusion, and a lot of problem for past couple of weeks. I still have a lot of headaches, but I thought it's better to do the real estate market update and upload it in the system. So hopefully you enjoy and you get some information, and please, if it's helpful, go ahead and share it with your family members, coworkers, colleagues, neighbors, people in your community, anyone who is thinking of real estate to sell or buy, or sell and buy, or whatever the plan may be. Okay, so let's do some review of 2024 and give you some insights, which is going to be very interesting, especially with these news on tariff and financial issues and stuff that is going on. So let's start with review of 2024. In 2024, the real estate market, actually, it was kind of strong despite all the fluctuation, all the turmoil and inflation and the election year. So it was kind of a little bit out of ordinary. However, the real estate market, actually, it was strong compared to the situation. And for 2025, the prediction is, or it was, that it's going to be stronger than 2024, because the expectation was the interest rate will come down, and that will stimulate the market, and more buyers will be in the market or coming to the market. However, with a lot of crazy news from both sides, it's really hard to predict. My suggestion to you is it's better to go with your family plan and with your instinct, with your gut feeling. However, the family plan is probably more important than waiting for the market to see what will happen in the future, or the near future, or in next few months to see if you want to sell your house or buy a house or something. I think family plan is the most important factor in your decision to make a plan for your real estate. So let's go through the luxury real estate market quickly, and then I'm going to go through the Colorado general real estate market. This is luxury real estate market nationwide. This is North America. It's not only Colorado. So days on market in 2024, this is mostly comparison between 2024 and 2023. This one was days on market, and as you see, mostly it was like between 20 to 42 days. Probably the average is about 27 days. I'm gonna show you later. And the sales ratio was down compared to previous years, and in the last half of the year was lower than the warm season. However, it stayed in most market centers in the sellers and balanced range. It didn't come down all the way to the buyer's market. Although we had like a few short period of time of buyer's market in some market centers, but in general, it was mostly balanced and seller's market. Sales price versus the list price. The upper graph, the black one, is for the detached single family home, and the lower one, the kind of orange or beige, whatever you call it, the lower graph shows the attached. As you see, the gap between the list price and the sold price in attached houses are smaller, but the gap between the list price and the sold price for detached are kind of significant. So it's very important actually to talk to an expert like me to price your home strategically, because if you price it much higher than the market value, then you will end up to sell it for much lower than you could sell for. So be careful with that. Have a good plan, good strategy, and price your home strategically. This is a kind of summary of the whole luxury real estate market. The average list price in 2024 compared to 23 was a little bit lower, 1.58 in 2023 and $1.52 million in 2024. This is, as I said, this is nationwide. This is for the whole North America. Average sale price was 1.29 in 2023 and almost the same for 2024. The average sales price to list price ratio, it was a little bit lower in 2024, and the average sales ratio was down in 2024 by 2.5%. The average price per square foot, however, in 2024 was slightly higher than 2023, and the average monthly inventory in 2024 was kind of significantly higher, like 60,000 houses average every month in 2024 compared to 48,000 in 2023. The average monthly sales was a little bit higher in 2024, and the total yearly sold in 2024 was higher than 2023. So probably we can say there were more buyers ready to buy in 2024 compared to 2023. That helped the market stay strong in 2024. The average days on market in 2024 was 27 days compared to 23 days in 2023, and the average home size was slightly smaller in 2024. This is the same slide in a different way. So the inventory went up by 12,640. The total sold went up by 2,100 units. The average sales price came down by about $1,100. And days on market went up by 4 days, and sales ratio came down by 2.5% almost. This is for Colorado, except the first row, which is California. By mistake, it's here. But the rest are for Colorado. So you can just go through the table and compare the list price to the sold price and the days on market and the ratio. In many markets, as you see, the market in 2024 were seller's market, except in Telluride was kind of buyer's market, which the houses in Telluride, as you see, it was listed for over 6 million, like 6.2, almost 6.3, and it was sold for 5.4. All right. And this one is the report for February in Colorado. So this is a general real estate market in Colorado. And we're going to go through this overview. The active listing at month's end of February in February this year, 2025, was up by 55% compared to last February. And compared to this January was 11% higher. The new listing, both compared to January and compared to last year, was higher by 11% and 13%. And pending, it means under contract. Compared to last year, was higher by 9% compared to January this year, was higher by 22%. And the closed units, it means it was sold, okay? It was down in February by 17% compared to last year, but it was up compared to January by 8.5%. The closed price median, both compared to last year and compared to January, was up by 4%. And sales volume, however, compared to January was up by 11%, but compared to last February 2024, it was down by 14%. Days on market average went up compared to last year, but compared to January was better. And close price to list price ratio was slightly lower than last year, but compared to January was a little bit higher. This is active listing at month's end. As you see, if you look at the cursor that I'm pointing to the end of this graph, in February it was about probably around 8,500 houses on the market. And if you compare this February to February 2024 and February 2023, you see that the number of active listings in February 2025 is significantly higher than last two Februarys. And this one is the median and average, which I go with median for residential home price, which is the lower, the dark green, the lower graph. As you see, in past 3 years, it's kind of stagnant. It goes sideways. If you compare it to the last several years, that it was going up for several years, but in past 3 years it's kind of stagnant and it's going sideways. And mostly it was around $600,000 for median house in Colorado, and lower than 600,000. 600,000 usually it was at the peak season, at the warm season. Okay, median days in MLS or median days on market, as you see, it's much higher than the last February and the year before. This graph is interesting because the green one, it shows you the residential active listing since 2008 up to now, and the orange one is the closed units. As you see, the closed units probably it didn't change significantly. It was higher for several years until COVID happened, and during COVID it was still high. Even the number of listings was down. But now, if you look at the last part of this graph, the gap between the active listing, the green one, and the sold one, the closed units, the orange one, you see the significant gap between these two. So the prediction was, at least up to yesterday, that this gap will be smaller and the housing market will be stronger than 2024. However, with the tariff war and the kind of political views, probably it's hard to predict. Probably it's better, as I mentioned in the beginning, you should go with your family plan, with your work plan, whatever it may be, rather than going with the market and waiting for the market. Because the market, most likely this year, the economy probably is going to be even a little worse than before. Some people, they talk about recession. Well, recession comes every several years, right? And this is possibility. The market probably will get better in 2026 or 2027. But this year, there is possibility. We cannot predict 100% what's going to happen, but there is possibility for getting worse. And whatever you make a kind of renovation, for example, in a house that is a rundown house, first, it gets worse because either you demolish the house or you gonna make a lot of changes in that house. So probably you're gonna at least demolish part of the house and then you rebuild it. Everything is like that. Before getting better, it gets worse. Even when you go to gym to lose some weight, probably you have experienced it that at the beginning actually you gain weight, because before you lose some fat you get some muscles. So probably you don't see that much changes until at least several months later. So whatever it may be, you have to go with your family plan and expect things getting worse before getting better. So if you want to sell your house this year, probably it's better to sell it as soon as possible. And this is just a speculation. This is not a prediction. Nobody can predict 100% what's going to happen. But I think with what I saw, especially today in the market, not the mortgage rate, I'm talking about like the whole financial market. Probably it's better to list your house as soon as possible if you want to sell it this year. If you want to wait for another couple of years and you don't have any plan right now, that's fine. What will happen at that time? Who knows? Nobody can predict. Okay, and this market trends is interesting, that MOI, months of inventory, in February, as you see, for most categories, it was kind of balanced market. Some categories maybe a little bit seller's market, but not much. But mostly it was balanced market. If it's the MOI, months of inventory, it's less than 3 months, it's seller's market. If it's between 3 and 6 months, that's balanced market. And more than 6 months, it moves toward buyer's market. As you see, only the last category, over 2 million, is slightly more than 6 months. The rest are mostly about 3 months, and so mostly it was balanced market. And this is my information. Please go ahead and contact me. We will meet, or we can talk on the phone, whatever you prefer. But you can email me, you can text me, and you can call me. If you cannot pick up the phone, please leave a message with your name and number and the purpose of your call. And then we go through your plan, and we will help you and your family members, your friends, your colleagues, people in your community to make your real estate dream come true. Real estate is kind of interesting, and as you know, it's not predictable 100%, but to some degree, we can predict, we can speculate, we can talk. And as I mentioned, your family plan, your personal plan, your plan for your work or business probably is more important than the current market. Thank you so much for watching, and please go ahead, share this video with your friends and family members and people in your community. See you on the next video with the next market update.